I'm a huge fan of the idea of the work order system, but I think these improvements think they will add a minimum quality to public. No, I don't. I will say that I will die on that hill. They shouldn't do that. They should not add a minimum quality to public work orders. And here's why. Let's pretend that you started playing this expansion now. Right now. You're getting into it. You're like, yeah, look at this. Dragonflight. Whoa. And then you encounter these, and then you encounter things like crafting orders, and you're like, oh, dude, hell yeah, I want to make a cool thing and sell it, right? Or you get like a cool recipe off the ground, like a as a blacksmith, let's say, hey, I'm doing this end game content. I got a recipe for a sword. That's dope. No, if someone wants me to make it for them, I can, even though I don't specialize for it, whatever. But then you realize that anyone who is putting in a work order is like, oh, I want a 4 or 5 star it. So the time that you put into it, getting started with your profession specialization, you realize, oh, I need like another 3 weeks to through 3 weeks of investing into it in order to get it, in order to even qualify for people to, and to fulfill any work orders at all. Well, that sucks. And so 3 weeks later, 3 weeks worth of traffic passed you by, and those people who you might have been able to make something for, well, they're gone too. Now, to be fair, like people who are kind of money minded, they're gonna seek people out and find people who can make better quality stuff anyway. But they're gonna seek those people out anyway. So those crafting orders that you think are going to be useful because, oh, now I can make a request for a 4 or 5. Here's the thing: you can't, because the reality is that if you want a crafted 5 star thing, you probably need an inspiration proc. So you won't even see that anyway. You're still gonna have to go to trade, because I've gotten a lot of people who are like, "Hey, can you make a rank 5?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can make a rank 5 shield. Hit me." But I need an inspiration proc. But they won't do it. They'll just put it. They'll put it in a rank 5 anyway, and then I got to kick it back and be like, "Dude, I can only do this with an inspiration proc. Set it to a rank 4." To which, people who are asking for this, okay, fine, we'll just make it a max rank 4. Like, that's it. But that's not going to do anything anyway, because people are going to ask for a rank 5 then. So effectively, nothing really happened, which sucks. But all it would do, minimum crafting orders and stuff, all it would do is piss more people off. That's it. It wouldn't help the right people who need it. So no. No, I don't think that they're going to add minimum. Oh, no. Let me rephrase. I don't think they should. They might do it. They might bow under pressure, but player behavior is not going to create the result that you hope for. What people are going to slowly realize, or they're going to keep blaming the WoW team and Blizzard for it. What people are going to slowly realize is that you can't control how other players are going to act. They are going to do their thing. They're going to do what enriches them the most. And the things that you think are going to help you, you're not going to get a mission table out of this. That's like, I guess that's the really mean thing to say, but it's very, very true. You're not going to get a mission table out of this crafting order system. It's not just, oh, let me see what's there today. You got to hustle. You got to hustle, or it's going to pass you by. And for some folks, unfortunately, it's passed people by. And, it really sucks, because the energy that I'm giving off is I'm blaming the player. But it's like PvP, dude. You can't expect to win PvP games if you don't play. It's not Warden Towers, man. Although Warden Towers were great. I love those, man. I think an easier way to go about it, dude, to see if you want to see more work orders on the auction house, is to just limit the number of work orders that we can do publicly. Now that may not help so much because that would lead those players to be like, well, I'm just gonna go private. I'm gonna go back to trade chat, right? But I think that for those other people who are like, okay, I don't really want to talk with people in trade chat because they're all scummy, but I also don't have a lot of time on my hands. I'm gonna put up a work order. It's the end of the night, whatever. And if there are fewer that people can fulfill, depending on their realm, then it's going to give more of a chance for people to see stuff. Because I guarantee you, even on small realms, if you just camp, you will find work orders to fulfill. If you camp it hard enough, you will find it. I have no data to base this on. It's just pure confidence. But I'm pretty sure you can do it. The thing is, there are people who are just hustling harder than you are. There are people hustling way harder than I am. There are people who have completed hundreds and hundreds of personal work orders because they've been effectively like their game takes place in town in front of that crafting table because that is their game. While you are a raider who happens to want to do some crafting, there's just people that do it harder than you. There's nothing wrong with that. If anything, that's kind of a good thing because it celebrates that kind of player who wants to do that sort of thing. It also exposes the notion that even among that crowd, some people are just going to do it better. There are people that do it way better than me. Right now, I'm losing money because I'm just sitting here, not gathering. What if they made recrafting orders able to be done with minimum quality? I think here's kind of the problem with that. Okay, here's kind of the problem with that. So what if someone's like, "Hey, I want to recraft, but I want a." So here's me exposing scummy behavior. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna show you guys how to scam people. Let's say someone wants a recraft. Hey, dude, can you recraft to like a rank 5? And I'll be like, sure. What's your inspiration chance, man? 44%, yo. And they're like, yeah, hell yeah. And I'm like, yeah, dude, just keep resubmitting stuff and let's go. And let's say this person resubmits one order after another, right? But I don't have an inspiration thing of 44%. I have a resourcefulness stat set to like 30% or something like that. And so every time this idiot submits a recrafting order, I'll try to do it and I'll fail. Oh no, I failed. I'm sorry, buddy. But I might get a chance to get like a bunch of their materials to go into my inventory. Because that's what resourcefulness does. When a resourcefulness proc happens, the crafter gets the materials, and the client doesn't know it. Like it'll only let you take this order if you have a 40% chance to get a rank 5. So now we're scope creeping, dude. So now we need to have the system gauge whether or not a person has like that sort of inspiration level or whatever. Oh wait, but then what if I take the order and then I swap my gear? I could swap my crafting tool from an inspiration one to a resourcefulness one. Fucking win. GG Blizz. Thanks for the money. Yeah. Now you're saying that there's a thing where you can't change profession gear while holding a work order. But that's kind of fucked up. Because what if I pick up a work order, but then I need to do but for whatever freakish reason, I need to do something else in the meantime. That means I'm stuck. My gear is trapped for that 30-minute duration or however long it is until I fulfill or decline the order. So again, what you're asking is like more creeping for what? You got to ask yourself too, for all these things that we now need to develop and build or whatever, is that going to be worth it for what the gain is? Because ultimately, most folks are going to want to bypass that and just go to trade chat, or trade chat is going to get people's attention before anything else. So I mean, I feel for people, but I'm also like, you gotta, like, these people also gotta realize that professions is a form of PvP. In order for people to feel successful, there's gonna be people who aren't as successful, and it sucks, but that's the nature of it. Otherwise, it's not really like it's not a natural market. What do you think about a bulletin board system that lets crafters put up advertisements while they're online for what they can craft? I was thinking it would be so nice to have a way to advertise without being in the city. So you want to have a bot, do you? You want a bot? You want an official Blizzard branded bot? Sure. To me, that seems like the antithesis of trade chat, of the barker. Hey, dude, come. Let me try to hustle my wares. Come talk to me for your things. What it's going to be instead is, the immediate player, the internal response in my head, if they were to announce, hey, we're going to do a bulletin board, my thought is going to be, how do I get to the top of that? Right? How do I get to the top of that board? And how do I stay on top of that board? What sort of weird ass shenanigans do I need to pull to stay there? And I will think of anything that I can, and I will do everything I can in order to stay on to stay not just on that board, but on top of it. So I'm not sure. I'm not as convinced that trade chat needs to be replaced. Trade chat is the Wild West. It's jank nasty. It's full of the wrong people. But it's also like kind of like this natural thing that we're all used to. You know how some people are like, dude, what's the point of, in some cases with some items, people are like, dude, what's the point of crafting orders when I can just buy it on the auction house? This is stupid. It is kind of the same thing. Why would I try to bug people and whisper people who are online and who have their name on the board and they're in a fucking raid, when I could just like, hey, there's trade chat, people that are scrolling their shit all the time anyway. I'll just ask them, why did they bother wasting their dev time on something like, yeah, it's that same old thing. Like, when it comes to a lot of these things, my approach, and I'm not meaning to shoot nothing down either. I'm glad we're discussing these sorts of things, because I want to challenge these things with, well, what would players do? Will they commit to the behavior that we think they will? And I'd say like 98% of the time, nope. They're gonna think of some weird shit to break it, because we're really good at that. We're really good at subverting developers' expectations. So you're damn right that we'll be able to subvert our own. Maybe it should be like hiring a contractor. You say what you want, and they bid based on cost and skill and inspiration. I mean, you could just talk to people too, right? It's like, why are we not, I'm saying kind of as a collective why are we so determined to not want to just talk to people or just connect on our own? It's like, oh, we need an app for it. We need an algorithm for it. We need this and this and this. We need big data to get us connected with other people, because I can't be asked to do it myself. My favorite is still, dude, they need to have like AI work orders come in every couple of days. I'm like, oh, like quests? Oh, crazy idea, I know. I don't mind the bartering and being in trade, but I just don't have the time to play the game and sit and trade to advertise. But that's the thing, like, so what do? Do you tell the people who really are career crafters, nah, get fucked, because the raiders need their time, right? Is that the kind of message that we want to send to those players? I've really tried to like sit down and think of a solution that, like, okay, what would be a great thing for crafting orders? And the conclusion that I come to each time is, well, crafting orders aren't the end all be all. Be all end all. I don't know which order that's supposed to go in, but it's not like the thing. There's not a lot of success with just sitting and letting crafting orders come to you. It just doesn't happen because there's limited player demand. Players only need so much stuff. Eventually things are going to run out. The only small solution has been to actually, well, think of what people actually want. So chat, help me out. Why do you want crafting orders to go public or go region wide, or, what is it that you want that you feel like crafting orders are supposed to provide? Because that's what's going to get us to I think that's what's going to get us to a better and more thoughtful solution. Because the only thing that I can think of right now is people want crafting orders because they want to level up their specializations, or they want to level up their professions, and they can't because they're out of ways to level up their professions. And crafting or making epics and through crafting orders are like the only way that they can do it. So shouldn't we address that specifically? How to level up our professions, if not for crafting orders? That's my thought, but I want to hear what what some of your guys' motivations are, because they might be totally different from what I'm thinking of. Having crafting levels tied behind the work orders is just broken. I don't want to waste my limited play sitting in a city and trade chat trying to find a craft. Okay. So Dane Train, why are you crafting then? I'm not trying to question why are you even playing this game. Not at all. But just why are you crafting then? I don't know. Like, at least from the people I talk to, career crafters, they're fine. They're fine. They're thriving. They're making fat ass money. They're working that trade chat whenever they're in town. They tell people to spread the word. I have advantages. Like, my guild will whisper me and say, "Hey, there's someone in trade chat hollering for a shield. Like, go whisper them. Here's their name." Or they'll refer them. "Hey, talk to this person. Talk to this guy. He's on his alt." The few times where the times when I do talk with someone, I'm like, "Hey, dude, come back to me for this and this," and I get repeat customers. Or they'll refer someone to me. That's how that works. I don't need a game system for that. Like I said, I'm just trying to dig deeper, right? I'm trying to dig deeper so that way we can find, like, what's the core player behavior that we're trying to nail, and and if that's the case, is there another way to go around that? First craft bonuses for the metal and skill points. Okay, metal and skill points. So would we say that at the moment there isn't enough metal or skill points to go around? Because at the moment we can get, like, depending on your skill levels and your reputation or whatever, you get like over 100 a week. It's just given to you. Here you go, buddy. Like, when you first start your profession, you get 60, which is nice. This character who I started playing like maybe a week or two in, metal has how much metal? Yeah, 958. They haven't spent anything. My main, I've been making mistakes. I've been using metal to buy insight so I can make some extra money, but I feel like that's a mistake. I feel like I shouldn't be doing that. So I'm gonna try to stop for a while. But it's out there, the income is there. And then there's, of course, spec points. I understand the need to want those, and there's kind of an OCD thing to it too. It's like, I look at the first craft bonus and I see all these epic recipes that I still haven't made for people yet. I'm like, oh, come on, man. But if that's all, I wonder, like, how much does that need to be addressed? Because that sounds like that doesn't sound like, oh, I need work orders to be fixed. It just sounds like I want more spec points. It would help? World quests. And you know what people don't like? World quests. At least apparently they don't. Hey, Blizz, we don't want to feel like that we have to be on. We don't want to feel like we have to be logged into the game, or something FOMO. But I want more opportunities for, like, spec points and other such things. So it's like, damn, there's no winning, is there? I'll read more chat, but I want to see if I can get a lariat recipe. Oh, it's dead. God damn it, I was slow. Okay, never mind. I love world quests, but I love world quests. I don't do all of them because, what am I, crazy? But the people that have been really railing against them are the folks that that feel forced to do them, who feel compelled. And I don't agree with that, but apparently that opinion has been loud enough that the WoW team listened, and that's why we still don't have daily refreshes of quests. Here's, you know, it'd be cool. Titan Matrix 4 items. If you recraft a Titan Matrix 4, you get a skill point. And what if they made it so those Titan Matrix 4s are bind on account? And what if there were more world quests to a point where they would appear more? That's it. That's all you need, dude. Because here's what would happen. All right. Here's what would happen. You would have more people online playing the fucking game. You would have these people farming up them Titan Matrix things. And they would be, you know, they would be playing the game, obviously. And now, of course, it's like, OMG, now someone can get they can get boosted to a 382. My precious game. Come on, 382? That's hardly the end of the world. But that'll get people started with endgame content, right? It'll get them started. They can start doing stuff. Meanwhile, that gets the crafting thing in a frenzy. People are going to be like, oh shit, there's hella stuff to... So the thing is, it's not so much trying to control how crafting orders work. It's just making more shit. You know, giving opportunities for people to make more stuff, and then giving those opportunities to get more skill points out of them. The metal and the spec points, that's a bit different of a story, one thing at a time. But I think what a lot of folks are struggling with is when they get to like the 50s or so, and they want to branch out to a different thing on their profession, and they can't because they need to get to 75 or they need to get to 100, and they can't, and they feel stuck. They just need more opportunities to level. So use those Titan Matrix things, and if a recraft happens with those things present, chance at a skill point. Because I think I don't think it's a guarantee right now for epics. So, you know, just let it be a chance for those Titan Matrix things too. And I think that would help. Won't solve everything because everyone's got different concerns, but I think that would help a lot. It would increase the traffic of things that are crafted, especially for alts, right? Because fresh alts ain't gonna make no epics because they need to get Primal Chaos. That shit's gonna take a while. So they need that time. But in the meantime, Titan 4s, fuck yeah, I think that'd be cool. Since no one's replied to that, I'm guessing I'm 100% correct. I'll take my Blizz check now. Woo woo. I'll take a display from them though. I don't know. I'm always thinking of you guys. And I think small things can make it better. Small fixes, little tweaks, answering the, peeling behind the layers, peeling away the layers of like some of our concerns, and then seeing if there's like, a different way to approach it, as opposed to, hey, listen, here's my complaint and here's my idea. There might be other ideas that they might not have heard of, or what people might propose could be the solution.